Hey guys, hope you're okay. Just a quick one. I've just had a really fucking lazy day. But on these lazy days, isn't it funny how you end up achieving so much? So anyway, Wrexham decided not to contact me by today to let me know that obviously Aaron and Faith are safe and well. So that's it. Family Matters Legal Services is currently being formed. I'm wondering about the name change because I don't want people to take it and go, oh, it's a legal services. But I might be able to obviously push it to being that. But at the moment, it is only purely for the class action. It will be a judicial review and a criminal prosecution for state kidnap. That's the road that I'm going to be going down with that. So managed to sort of get some of that bit done some bits. It's been really, really lovely with me and the boys today. Even Dean's been making an effort. Bless his little cotton socks. He's been on FaceTime with the boys, but he sits there with his hat over and sits there under the camera like this. It's all about some people, and there are a lot of people out there that made the decision to not be on social media because obviously they knew what it was changing over to. And I'm going back. Oh God, I remember when one of my friends was like, no, don't go on social media because you know what it's being turned into, you know what it's going into. So, so if I just give you a quick update that I've been a right lazy cow today. I've not really been doing anything, but you know what? It's so nice. One of the main reasons that I needed to come back so quickly is I knew that if I carried on the way that I was going to burn out physically with my body. And since coming back, I have sent Dean the photographs of obviously what happened on my birthday when all of this went. And again, he still doesn't want to accept this and move on. So I have had to say, if your pride means more to you than my integrity, self-respect, then keep your pride. So that's that. I'll see how that goes. But obviously, it's not a closed door because he's my children's father, and that's the way it is. It's the way it is. The boys absolutely love and adore their dad. So anyway, tomorrow is another day. And my boys' toys, this is not their bedroom that I'm in actually. This is the room that I've been deciding what to do. Because as you know, officially it was sort of meant to have been my office. And then obviously when Josie was here, Josie would be in this room. When Dean was here, Dean would be in this room. And then even the boys come in this room. So you do know it is all ready. It is all going through. I'll just give you a little quick of a update. Now, I'm not touching all of my stuff properly until probably after Wednesday when I've got all this over and done with. Come into my snug little office. I'm actually looking forward to sitting in here. Amber has actually managed to find one of the... I can't believe it. I've just found me bloody clip for me earphones. For fuck's sake. I wish I could find my laptop charger. Now, that's really annoying because I can't say, like, Dean and I go through this whole thing. Did you move this? Did you do that? But anyway, I haven't got my cash card or my charger for my laptop, which is going to really freaking annoy me because I need to put it on like now and get on. So as you basically know, and everybody, even I sent Dean some stuff over from the psychological report and he says, why do you do this to yourself, Kelly? And it's like, it's not that I'm doing it to myself. I need people around me that understand that this little boulder here in my hand pretty much stands between me and everything. Me and being a mum, me and even working in youth service, everything. This actual bundle that's here is me opposing the adoption. So just for anybody that doesn't understand, this is an order. I'm gagged, by the way, so I can go to prison for showing you this. Take me to fucking prison. Like to see you try. Let me come out here in the sun because it's quite important that I do this right now because it helps me line... Oh, don't know if I can put anything up there. Right. it helps. Look, I'm quitting smoking. There's nothing in there. I'm finally doing it. Now here, obviously, you've got there that Faith and Aaron Cottam and Aaron and Stephen Thompson. Now, that's not actually true because that Faith is actually Faith Ann Thompson. So Thompson is my children's dad's surname and Cottam is obviously mine. So here it is that the mother, Kellie Ann Cottam, has attended the court, Wrexham County Court, on the 30th of January 2015 and has indicated that the current address, blah, 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 where is it? Indicates that she wishes to apply for permission to oppose the making of an adoption order in the above case. Now, the reason that I wanted to just show you that is because there's a lot of people that don't know that they can oppose adoption orders. There's a lot of people that don't know that they can turn around to these people and refuse to work with them. So I I'm just reading stuff. It's just normal stuff. You can read it all if you want. I'll put it up there and you can screenshot it. There. So basically that is an order, and then on here this is pretty much where I was last up to. So March 2015, and then as you know from there obviously the adoption went through and I was re-gagged again. So that's my focus, and then obviously the main thing is to go into court and then go. However, I'm not the only person saying this. I am not the only person who is saying that what you're doing to families is wrong. So it's a little bit dark in here, I'm afraid. So then obviously the Family Matters Legal Services has gone up. I'm wondering whether to do another name change, because the Family Matters Legal Services, I am actually going to be building up into a website of solicitors, barristers, and social workers and all of that, while that system still exists, that I approve of. Ones that go, we work for the family. We don't work for social care. We don't work for the courts. We don't work for the state. We work for the families. And that's the sort of network that I'm going to build up. But at the moment, what's the matter? What have you done? Your leg?
I tripped over a thing and then I bust my leg forward. I just had a crack in my leg.
Oh, we got all that going on. You okay?
I'm okay.
Right, anyway, you should be asleep, mister. He's my light. Shiloh's asleep. So the other thing is the team. I'll just say the team, because it's not just me at the moment, and I don't know who wants to be identified as part of this and who doesn't. Some people like to work behind the scenes. Some people like to publicly sort of say this is what I'm doing, and some people just like to sort of very sitly quiet. So basically what I'm constructing, or we are constructing, is basically a set of questions and answers so everybody can put it on the same page. And what I've said to everybody over on FEA, and I will be over on FEA once my own foundations are in place, there is no point me being bombarded with everything while I am like this. There's no point. If you look at the difference in the photograph, when I was stood on Downing Street, you will see my feet were firmly on the ground. I was very solid, very bump. Now, that was quite a big transition as well, because what you've got to remember is when I turned up to save the family, I was in an Audi. You know, I was going into an environment where I was going to be forced into benefits, and it's a very, very, very different lifestyle. And the same as when I went to Downing Street, I had a lovely butterfly dress on, and it was very, very difficult, because it's like being... Okay, let's just take the example of somebody in really nice high heel shoes and a really nice dress, then going to a date on a farm. Yes, you got to put your wellies on, and it's okay. I can do the wellies, I can do the shoes, it's not a problem. But what I feel is that people are still dealing with a lot of shame of having their children taken. And it is very, 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 very difficult to tell people you've had your kids taken. It is. A lot of people just cower away and go away from it and try to rebuild a life without telling people what's gone on. And obviously I could have done that here in Portsmouth. I could have easily just gone, this is my future husband and we've got 2 children and that's it. But Liam and Daniel were never taken away from me. Liam and Daniel are my boys, will always be my boys. They are my boys. I love them dearly. Absence, as in the distance, is not so easy. And obviously, I decided to go off on the path that I did, campaigning in the way that I did. In that time, can I say that I feel that most of the cases where social get involved are genuine, as in they are unlawful and unnecessary? I'm not being funny, but some of you need a fucking kick up the arse. Some of you are doing things that are not good for your kids. And some of you, it's like the seal where it's going, nyah, 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 nyah. But take me as a smoker, yeah? At the end of the day, and it's quite cute and it's quite sweet that my 5-year-old today, now usually before it gets to my kids settling down into bed and things, I make sure I've got enough backing, because there's nothing worse than being stuck in the house and not being able to go out when you've got kids. So usually by sort of 6 o'clock, I make sure I've got my poison. And it's like, tonight I haven't. Now, there was a brief moment when I went to the boys, right, kids, we're going to quickly go out. I've got to go sort out some baccy. And Elijah went, no, Mum, you don't need it. Now, remember, you're quitting, and that's really good. This is really bad for you now, Mum. Now, please. And he got me to breathe in and breathe out. And he was going, now fill your lungs with health, Mum, and get rid of all of the bad. Can't exactly beat that. So now the accountability for me to quit smoking has become quite high. However, it's a working relationship between me and my boys, right? Because they had done some painting. Shiloh's goal today was he wanted to make orange. He didn't want to use orange, he wanted to make orange. So obviously he's made orange and done some painting, and I've put them in the bath. And then I sort of got a little bit ratty, and the boys went, now, mummy, 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 that's that nicotine monster talking. And I'm like, okay, here. So it doesn't matter what it is, really, does it? So it doesn't matter whether it's a mum giving up a freaking horrible, horrible, horrible nicotine addiction, or whether, like, take the mum. There's a couple of mums that have gone out in the papers to say by Christmas Day they're going to be pissed as a fart. There's other ones that say that once they put their kids to bed, all of a sudden that's it, they go and get out their heads. So at what point, and this is what I'm finding really difficult, and then of course you've got this story all over the papers at the moment about the father and the stepmother that have obviously murdered the baby. Now you can't turn around and listen to everything that says. This could be an innocent family and the baby could turn around and have something wrong with it. We don't know. We were not there. And this is what I said to Dean. I said, I've gone through all of this shit here in Portsmouth because you turned around and said, you don't know, you weren't there. You didn't stand up for me at what happened at Save the Family. My screen seems to be going a little bit dark and stuff. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. But even I am struggling, and I've been looking at, it's a lot longer than 11 years actually, because I've been dealing with sort of foster care, social care, since I was like 11 years old, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then obviously in foster care 15, 16, then how they kicked me out I left actually, and then obviously taking psychology with the intentions to come back into this area to be able to work with children. I was never ever going to work with the adults. I can't work out why my screen's so dark. I was never ever going to work with adults. I was always only going to work with children. What's going on today? Even my boys' lights are a bit dim in here today as well. Has everything just gone a little bit dim? Because I'm feeling like everything's gone a little bit dim on me. I know it's very foggy outside and things, but even my screen's looking... I don't know if maybe the kids have touched it and muckied up my camera or something. Just 2 seconds. Well, maybe. Look how foggy it is out here. Now remember, I'm down south again now. Look. Ooh, it's really foggy. So I'm back here down in Portsmouth again. So yeah, I'm trying to find this really fine line in... And obviously in Portsmouth, I was going to go out with the police here to see the other side. But with Dean now getting his house up there, and the childcare for me on a daily schedule is quite difficult. So that middle room, I still may need to get an au pair. I am thinking of just turning it into a dining room for Christmas and then dealing with it after that. But to take this to the level that I need, I'm not willing to put the boys in school for all of you people. That's another thing. I'm not willing to separate our lives and our way of doing it to do this, because this is not my job. It's not what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. This is something that I'm going to gather together with the intentions to be using to go hard and fast. It's not something that's going to have longevity. It's not going to be there for, say, 10, 15, 20 years. This is going to be something that's going to be pulled together specifically to do this one job, shoot the freaking bullet, get it done, shut it down, it's gone and it's over. Because I'm not going to be going into law. I'm not interested in working in this industry. I'm just interested in stopping what has happened to me happen to so many other people. Maximum of 29 years, the father got 21. I mean, but even so, when you read articles like this, it's no different than reading somebody's paperwork, yeah? And the problem is people go, oh no, a dad and a stepmom, they murdered the baby. Now, I know of people in prison who have been told, well, we all believe that they've murdered their children, and they haven't. It's been medical conditions. I'm not saying that this is what is going on in this case. What I'm saying is it needs a judicial review. It needs to be investigated in. The bad practice of social care needs to be inspected. The fact that we have got kids coming straight out of school, I was going to sit up here a minute. The fact that we've got kids coming straight out of school with no life experience, and this is exactly the same as people who are going into the police. You've got to remember, you go what? 14, 15, you choose your options. Most children at that age don't even know who they are and what they want to do, especially if they've been in school. They haven't had the opportunity to learn what they are, because hobbies are considered the extracurriculum activity, where actually it's your hobbies that define who you are. And this is where they've got it all wrong. So then obviously they go into college. Then in college it's a little bit more boomph. And then once they go to university, they specifically say which pathway they're going down. Now, we've just had a social worker here in Portsmouth who's just got an award for working with families with disabilities. Now, she was a teacher before being a social care, and she's actually got the award for building a new model to get them to work with people. And I don't know her personally, but these are more the social workers that we need. We need something. There needs to be some system, because if we say Boris Johnson, and please do remember that Boris Johnson is only there for the common people. He's not there for the people that have got money. He's only there for the commoners. The Houses of Lords is there for the other people, yeah? And the celebrities bypass all of this stuff. So take this system that exists, the education system and all of that. You can't allow for children to be abused behind closed doors. You can't. It's just not something that could happen. And then you can't rely on neighbours who can overhear what's going on to be able to go in. Same as when I come back from Portsmouth, there's been a big attack going on up on one of the estates, and a lot of people said they went to stop the fight, but the moment they saw knives, they all went in, shut the door and called the police, yeah? So there was a massive big knife fight by the sounds of it up on one of the estates here while I was away. I still can't find this line. So, and also, until it is official and working, I am gagged once your cases start coming to me. Once I go into a formation, which is why I'm going to slightly come out of it, okay, and I'm going to let the legals do the rest of it. And I am only going to be interviewing legals who I consider cutthroat, deep fucking walls, mate, that are going to actually... There are quite a few that I have already selected. There are a few that I'm already speaking to, but I haven't chosen the full team yet. And there's actually going to be 5 of each, because families have got to be separated into those with physical conditions, those with learning difficulties, those who were drugs, those who were alcohol, and actually where there has been issues. So this is going to be really difficult to do. I feel at the moment the most important thing for the network and the community around us is healing. Okay, and in speaking out and telling your story, it helps people heal, and it really does. People worry about being judged, people worry about being shamed. It can be really, really hard for anybody. Now, take Stephen, my ex, yeah. Now, you all know that to go to university, I laid back and opened my legs and took £1 a night, right? So he panicked about me writing my book. He was like, I don't want to go into the pub with people knowing this about you. And it's like this dark shame secret. Even my mum pinned me up against the wall, right? Trying to shut me up, going, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Because she just wanted to stick her fingers in her ears and go, there's no way my daughter is doing this. You're lying, this is not true. And it wasn't me who told her. So sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, and it's really hard. So the most important thing for the FEA community and people who have been through parent alienation, denied contact, forced adoption. I'm not talking about people who have got a husband, a wife, you've got your lovely children, you've got your home. I'm talking about people who have had an intervention from social care, and they've either left them and it's caused trauma, because it does. It causes for institutionalization. It causes for massive big fear. You could have police and social workers knock on your door, yeah, and not even ever come to your door again, but you could still live as if they were going to knock on your door tomorrow, yeah? And then there's other people that are still working within the system, but are actually fighting for the proper rights of their children, be it in the education system or at a club or things like that. Now, hypothetically, say you've got an absolute wonderful freaking life, and all of a sudden your child tells you that their gym instructor has just abused your child. What are you going to do if there's no system? Say your child is with your best friend at your next door neighbour's house while you're having a Christmas party, and it happens, and all of a sudden your child changes. Your child is never the same again, and you don't know why. So I'm saying, we need something, because we as individuals are not trained to deal with that level of trauma, and we're also not physically trained to be able to prevent some form of harm. People will lose the plot. Even over Christmas, yeah, there is going to be somebody who gets their house broken into. There is going to be somebody out there who is completely desperate. They might not even be bad people. It might just be that they've lost their job. They've let their family down. Some people who lose their jobs don't tell their families for months, even years, that they've lost their jobs until they've lost the home and everything. And it's a very shameful thing. And people don't know how to deal with shame. People don't even actually understand that they are dealing with shame. It's a bit lighter here, so join me to come and sit on my bathroom toilet, because it's a little bit brighter. And people don't realise that. Say, even take a man who was abused in foster care and has to go on the rest of his life. That man will feel shame and humiliation and embarrassment, but he won't know that. He won't know that that is what he's dealing with, or she. They won't know that that is what they're dealing with. I know I've got some comments coming through, but please bear with me, because these little things here are not 2020, and I'm actually 43, and I am meant to be wearing glasses, and my eyesight is getting worse, and it is also part of EDS, and we have problems with our eyes to the potential that there is a chance that sight could be lost, and I am actually having to do... You saved me, my shame video. Is that what did it for you? For those that don't know, I had a video where I didn't have my tooth, and I decided to carry on doing a video even though I didn't have my front tooth. And what you've got to remember is most people that are considered YouTubers or social media influencers or whatever, they have to do their hair, their makeup, get dressed right, and then they come on and they have a script, yeah? And they stick to that script. And then when they go away, they're somebody completely different. Well, I'm sorry, people, you've got me as I fucking am. Be it that I'm in my fucking home or out there, I am what I am, I is what I is. I can't change that for anybody. I don't really particularly want to. I grow, I learn, and I will grow every day. But because this isn't just about me, and because this is also... Oh, seriously, no, I'm struggling. I thought I had a couple of dimps then. Yeah. Seriously, I've got to quit the smoking. And the reason that I've got to quit the smoking is because it creates a negative cycle. And I can be sitting there doing paperwork and all of a sudden I'll go for a coffee and a fag and I don't come back to my paperwork. So if me going for a coffee and a fag is getting in the way of me being efficient and reliable and consistent for this, there's too many lives at stake. Because of this article that's gone out about this children, and as you know, a lot of children get taken for Christmas. Why do they get taken for Christmas? Because they haven't got anywhere to store these children, and most of the debauchery parties that go on are over Christmas. So they only need them for that time period. So a lot of children get taken at Christmas, unfortunately. Connect the dots, guys, connect the dots. You've got to do your own research. It's quite hard, it's quite heavy, it's quite horrible to see that there is so much more than just really good people out there trying to be foster carers and adopters for so-called horrible, vicious, vile families that don't want their children. And of course, in the papers, they will portray it that obviously there was a baby left in the woods. There's another one that's been murdered. They'll make it out that social workers are not doing their job. And then what happens is it means it crunches. So social workers don't feel that they can leave a case. And because they're young and because they're out of university and because they've got a job and they're starting to pay for their car, they might even have gone and moved out of their mum's house by this time. So they might be having their own rent payments. They might even have their own mortgage once they're qualified. I would probably say that most people don't start to buy their house until they've potentially been in their career maybe 2, 3, 4 years. Once that's going on, being in a job is a very different situation, because if you make a mistake and if you are wrong, you become liable, therefore you become suable. And that's why they don't put their hand up when they make a mistake. And that's what we've got to do now. We've got to literally bring it all together. Solicitors ain't going to do this for you. We don't. Well done, you. Right, go and jump into my bed so we can have a cuddle and watch a film. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go back because I've been in cozy zone today. I haven't really been doing anything. My Hoover is literally, I am climbing over it, ignoring it. Well, Christmas decorations are up in the loft that I've got to get out. But what I'm saying is it is being worked on behind the scenes. More and more people are coming in to help. Thank you very much. And once all that formation is in place, there's nothing to really stop this. It's just that the paperwork that goes with it has got to be so tight, and that's what I'm working on at the moment. And what you've got to remember is there's usually a solicitor, a barrister, each of them have a secretary, a PA, and then they have people that write their forms for them. We're doing this completely different, and this Family Legals Matters, I'm even going to go different, that this is going to be families for families by families done within the family. And the difference is nobody is going to be able to turn around and say, well, I'm not going to do this because I could lose my job. Because nobody pays me. I'm not employed by anybody. Nobody pays me. Yes, they could kick me off universal credits. Yes, this fucking scares the living shits out of me because I am codependent on the system at the moment. But if I'm smart enough, if I'm clever enough, I'll get my book out at the same time and there's nothing that they can do about my gags. So please do remember, I am gagged. I've got draconian gagging orders on me. I will just come in here a second, and just to maybe potentially, is that it? I think that's it. One day I'll be able to come into this little space and I'll be able to go, that's that and that's that. Is that it? No, this is my peeler refuse. So here's the dates, guys. Look. Oh, seriously, it pisses me off. It's wet. It's 15th of July, 2013. The court order of permission to appeal is refused. And then obviously, as you know, because they refused me through the legal channels, I took it to the streets. So, anyway, just to give you a bit of a heads up, we are going to have to put some pressure on this year. If there is anybody that's willing to go and have a Christmas party with the Boris Johnson. The other one is, I need to do some research. I can't remember who is the head of the Houses of Lords at the moment. I think I know who it is, but I'm not 100% sure. So, and if you know, obviously, my blood that runs through my thing is, whether you want to call it any different, would I be a mutt? I'd be I'd be a mutt, wouldn't I? So I'm not a pedigree. I'd be a mutt. So I am going to be using this paperwork that my great grandfather is Sir Lord Justice Pierce. And if you do your research on this gentleman, he was the person who created the Courts of Appeal. And he was on the Privy Justice thing. But obviously we haven't been raised in that line. We were kicked away. My grandmother was paid to fuck off to Brighton with my granddad to shut up. So I believe it was Sir Lord Pierce's son who impregnated the maid. I think so. But I don't really know. But anyway, I'm going to use all of this. And I believe that we can do this. I believe in myself anyway. I don't know if you believe in me, but I believe in me. I believe in me as a mother. I believe in me as an individual. I believe in me as somebody that as an end result in all of this. And all I would say to people is, you've got to remember I'm gagged, yeah? So other people that do things end up stopping because they'll get told that they'll have their jobs taken from them. So we've had solicitors, we've had barristers, we've had journalists, we've had all of these people come in and help us. Oh, I don't have to worry about him being up. It's a Friday night, isn't it? Is it Friday tonight? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think you all have your kids up slightly a bit later on a Friday, don't you? Yeah. So I don't have to worry about all that. It's Friday night. It's not a school night. So what I'm basically saying from that is, the way that I'm building it, I'm hoping and praying, this means nobody can stop it, basically. There's not going to be anybody, I'm not offering to fire anybody. I'm not going to be turning around and going, if you take on these gagged cases, we're going to fire you. So take it from there. So anyway, it's Friday night, guys, and you guys should be going and getting pissed or doing something, shouldn't you? That's not what I do. But Friday night, for me, I'm going to go and chill out, cuddle out with my boys. Hopefully, probably speak to Dean at some point. I don't know.
Everyone stop cars because...
I didn't just catch case.
Okay. Mom, come with me.
I'm coming.
There was an emergency of the car that taken the bandit. That's why we're here.
Why?
A bandit's right here.
What's here?
That's why the police is here. It says.
Oh, we got police. Why have we got police now? We try and traumatise me.
No, they're getting somewhere else. They're not on about you, Shamam. They're not on about you.
So they're not coming for me?
They're not coming for you.
Oh, okay.
They're coming for the baddies.
Yeah, but why is he bad? What makes this person a bad person?
We were chasing him all night and we get him.
Yeah, but what makes him a bad person? Why are these police saying that they're a bad person?
Because we can't do these. That's why it says stop. We're stopping the cars from going this way. That's why we're blocking the road. Because there's a bandit.
A bandit?
Yeah, bandit.
Okay. What makes somebody bad though, Elijah?
he was going too fast.
He's going too fast. Okay.
And he's stealing a lot of cars.
Oh, and he's stealing cars. Okay, that's a good one. They're going a little bit fast, yes, because you could knock over a child. So where's these laws and these rules? And that's what I've got to spend some time doing at the moment, because it's really, really, really difficult when children are being killed, murdered and abused. Where's the line? That's what I've got to try and find. Anyway, my head is completely fucked. I'm on it. That's what I'm saying. I'm on it. I'm still here. I'm still getting things done. But today is Saturday. I've got to get back on with my sale. Sunday is my cleaning day. Sunday night is my straighten up for the week. We've got dentist on Monday, haven't we? Yes. Alan's art thing on Thursday.
Someone knocked the car off the track.
I can't show him because he's naked.
Oh,
You're a lovely boy, aren't you?
can I tell him something?
Well, as long as you just stand here. There you go.
We got police back in the middle room.
Without the American accent.
The
Can you do it in an English accent? I'm trying to cover your little chest. Can you do it in an English accent?
there's an accident in the middle room.
Now do it in an American accent. Right, let me sign off anyway.
Come on, guys.
Right, I'm going to go and play. I'll have a catch up with the messages in a minute.
Amber.
And,
Come on, Amber. Come on.
Oh, Amber, you got to come. Oh, what did you want to say to Amber about motivating Amber to get in the bath?
Come on.
What did you say to Amber? Tell Amber to go and get in the bath. Have a shower. And wash
Have
up.
a shower. Have a shower.
Yes. And am I allowed to have a fag?
Next